everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Black Sire Rises. Now today's episode is a very special episode at the request of Darth Vegeta, so this one goes out to you. Thank you very much for the suggestion. Today we are going to focus mostly on servants and what do you call them? The prisoners. That's the word I wanted. So first things first, it occurs to me that I didn't actually show you the capture process for a prisoner. So let's run off in this direction. We'll talk while we're going because I'm pretty sure there's a camp really close by. So with prisoners and servants, it doesn't particularly matter what blood type they have unless you're specifically going for a blood type, and I'll explain to you what I mean in a moment. For now, we've got to find our way around this little mountain and grab us somebody to enslave. How about you, militia brawler? You have really bad blood. I don't like any of you. Okay, so we're gonna kill all of you. Ow. We're gonna kill all of you, and we'll move into this area a little bit. Let's see, we've got a 34, a 44, a 24. Ooh, let's see if we can snag that cleric, because the irony is not lost on me. Ooh, didn't mean to hit the cleric. Okay. Let's see your God save you now. Come here. Okay. So we snagged the cleric, right? We went into our dominating presence form. We beat them up until they were, in this case, it looks like she might only have a few hit points left. And then we hit her with our R button spell, which in this case dominates their mind and makes them a loyal follower. I will warn you again that your dominated followers are stick stupid, and they will get themselves killed if you don't take really good care of them. In fact, she's at such low health that she might die if any of those hit, so let's take care of those. All right, so up here we go. Now I built this castle special and out of the way because, well, we need it for future episodes, but I didn't do anything you didn't see a couple episodes ago, so here we are. Ta-da! Back where it all started. So this cleric is going to be our third prisoner. As you can see, we have one prisoner here, a light weaver, a priest, and now we click into the prison cell. We hit imprison, they teleport in, and you'll see a couple of metrics that we haven't gone over before. So first, and always most important, that the castle heart has blood essence. Yes, it does. I made sure. And there is a matching floor. If you notice, the floor in here is the prison floor, which we actually got a few episodes back. It's this one right here, prison flooring. And that makes it so that if we press this button, instead of them taking 10 to 30% health, they end up taking like 7 to 21% health damage. However, there's a couple of other things. So here, right here, we have brute 24%, right? That is her blood type, the cleric's blood type. If we have an empty bottle and we click drain blood, it'll drain 30 to 60% of her health bar, which, like I said, she doesn't have any health. I seriously think she only has like a hit point left. If we were to press that right now and had an empty bottle, it would give me a potion of 24% brute blood. And if I were to drink it, it would change my current 100% warrior blood into 24%, 24% brute blood. So we'd get all the benefits that come with that, but we'd lose all the benefits that we currently have. However, so I've been very careful to keep this topped up, but throughout the game, this actually drains constantly, requiring you to feed a lot, but I feed a lot during and between episodes. So I keep that up. If it reaches 0, you start taking health damage until you starve to death, basically. So this is a great way to keep up on the type of blood you might want so that you get those bonuses that you're looking for. But you don't have to go out and hunt for it all the time. And as long as we keep her alive and healthy, we'll always have access to this brute 24% blood. Now, this guy over here, he's a scholar, so we could get scholar benefits from them. But if you notice, his health is low, her health is low, her health is low. I think we will feed one of them. I'll show you. So we've got a couple different options for fish. Now you can find fish in villages. You can find them in different kinds of loot. But we'll go over here first. So this cleric, we are going to feed this prisoner. And if you look up, it says prisoner recovers all of their health. So feed her. This progress bar goes across, and boom, we're going to have a 100% strong companion, or rather, prisoner. Now going over here, I'm going to extract blood essence and see if it doesn't kill this priest. If it does kill the priest, then you know it kills the priest. If it doesn't kill the priest, then I'll show you what this misery statistic is. Ah, there we go. So we got 10 blood essence, and the misery is up by 5%. Now this, the misery, changes how much damage they take when you do this button or this button. He now takes 5% more damage every time you do one of these, as long as his misery is up. And his misery can go up to 100%. Obviously, at 100%, either of these things have a really good chance of killing him outright. Drain blood more so than extract blood, because this would end up a maximum chance of 120%. This would be a maximum chance of 60%. Hey everybody, Cass here in post, and I realized I forgot to tell you something. There is a specific order that the bonuses and the penalties are applied in. So in this case, the negative 25% for has matching floor will be applied first. So your 10 to 30% for extract blood essence would actually be 7 to 21% health damage for that action on matching floor. Then the 5% misery bonus would be applied to that, giving you actually just between 7 and 22% health damage. It is rounded down in my experience. So first is the floor bonus, then is the misery penalty. Anyway, back to the video. But this also increases his misery. Now, I haven't been able to test it thoroughly because I haven't dug into the game files, but there's a potential that when you do this, it actually applies the misery before it applies the damage. So you could potentially up your damage exponentially as you do this. And obviously, it only gave us 10 blood essence. We get more than that by killing a few deer. In fact, we get a whole stack by killing like 24 enemies. So you don't really need this, but it's good in a pinch. You can also flat out kill them. You press this button, bye-bye, father dumbass that we caught. However, there's a better way to do things. For instance, our lovely cleric here, we're going to charm her again. Now this automatically puts on our dominating presence ability, charms her and makes her follow us. And we can now drag our wonderful prisoner over to our servant coffin and convert her that way. Now, The servant coffins, if we click in, it says has matching floor because this room is all the crypt floor. I picked the sexy crypt floor because there's two options. You have that one and then this like ugly square one. I'll zoom in a little bit. You got the ugly squares and then like the elegant squares. There's no benefit to the difference, to them being different, just aesthetic. As long as you have them, your floor decreases your time, your conversion time by 50%, which is pretty big. Now, with our characters, this servant is already out. He has Alexander as a rifleman. I have him out on an expedition. He is going to be on a hunt for the next 22 hours, 47 minutes, 22 seconds. I would like to get this video out before that happens. However, we'll send another servant out on a mission as well. I think I covered all my base. Okay, so we go here. Now, this knight is supposed to have a special name. At the request of Darth Vegeta, this is going to be Godfroy. How do I... Is it Lazelle? Lazelle? I hope I spelled that right. Lazelle. Godfroy Lazelle. So thank you very much, Darth Vegeta, for the name. We are going to raise the knight. Now this is our wonderful Godfroy Lazelle. He is a knight. He currently has power and gear level of 0, and his expertise is 4%. Now that has to do with the fact that when I captured him, his blood essence was under 25% quality. So, as a result, his expertise is 4%. Over here, this cleric had less than 25% blood quality, so her expertise will be somewhere between 3 and 5 randomly chosen. There's so much to go over, and I'm so sorry if I'm scattered about this. I'm just trying to keep everything straight. All right, so when you convert somebody, it gives you their blood type, their blood quality, and their faction. Blood type, Brute, gives them a certain ability. So Brute gives tenacious strength, which means that when you're in a harsh environment, a cold environment, or like a really combat intensive environment, it reduces the difficulty by 100%, and we will go over that in just a moment. The blood quality affects the expertise, which boosts the power level of a servant that's out on a mission by 3 to 5%. And then their faction, so in this case Church of Luminance, means that they are 20% more likely to be successful on a hunt in Silverlight Hills. So we are up in this area over here. So as long as we're within this orange area, so you see how it's like it goes from green to orange. As long as we're in this orange area, they get a bonus. Now, outfitting them, we're gonna go in here. I have a ton of stuff saved up. One of those. Yeah. Gonna go over here, give him the necklace. So look, his power's up to 225, his gear level's up to 24. Holy crap, that was quick. Then we're going to put on the armor, power up to 449, gear level 48, and then we're gonna give him the General Soul Reaper Scythe, power up to 618, gear level up to 66. Now, they can use any equipment, as far as I know, any equipment that you can. So when you are done with your old armor, throw it on your closest servant instead of grinding it up first. Then once you've gotten around to it, or you just want like a grindy day, grind them out, the same armor that you're wearing, and your servants will have a much higher chance of success. So this is Godfroy Lazelle. Let's send him on a quest, shall we? So we go over to our castle throne, we sit down, and we ponder the deep thoughts. So, this guy gets a bonus when we are here in Silverlight Hills. So we're going to send him to the Harpy Nest because it's high altitude and it's battle intensive. So in theory, he should get a bonus. Now, when you click into a location like this, it'll bring up this list and it'll tell you how many possible adventurers you can send. For instance, I really hate that you have to stand up and sit back down to get back into that menu. If I were to click, oh, whoops. Here we go. So if I click into Brighthaven Square, it says I can send 2. And as long as their combined power is above 700, they get bonus points. And they can actually do it. So if I go here, we can only add 1. Now, Alexander was our rifleman, and he's out on patrol doing his thing. Now we're going to send Godfroy Lazelle to go here. And as long as his power is 618 against 650, has a success chance of 88. Now, if we want it to go faster, we can actually say, be reckless, do this crap in 2 hours. But his success rate goes down to 48%. So that is a little low for my taste. We're actually going to kick it up to 88%. And this is what he's likely to get from this. 972 to 1188 Gem Dust. 486 to 594 Highland Lotus. The general area loot. So he'll basically the game pretends that he goes in guns blazing, cuts down everything in his path, and harvests everything. We get that too, and he gets blood essence out of it. Whatever quality is from there. Now, the only thing that they will not do, that your servant will not do, is if you send him to a place that has a V-Blood in it, they will not fight the V-Blood. However, as far as I understand, the V-Blood does not affect his ability to succeed. They don't actually interfere. So we click Let the Hunt Begin. We come out of this. It says Hunt in Sacred Silver Mine started. That's the one I started right before the episode. And then Harpy Nest started, and our servant's gone, just like that. Now, I have gone out to the locations where our servants are doing their missions. I honestly think it's all behind the scenes and that our servant isn't actually physically in world. Though, if you know differently, let me know in the comments below, because that would be kind of cool. All right, so we now have, this was the cleric, and I don't know, I'm kind of partial. Let's raise this one. Okay, so this was a paladin. I personally am going to name this one after one of my favorite book characters. So this is Sparhawk. Honestly, except for the purple plume feather that comes out of Sparhawk's helmet, I think this is kind of what he would look like. So rise up. And this is our paladin Sparhawk. If any of you understand that reference, let me know in the comments below. So now we have Sparhawk to do his thing. So we've had one out on patrol. We've sent one out on patrol. We've raised another one. I think I had one more servant name that... Oh, yes. Yes, I did. So we're going to raise this one. This cleric is going to be Valerian. Thank you very much. Is it Richard? For the comment. So this is our cleric Valerian. Our paladin Sparhawk with one badass mace. Like, look at that thing. It's like a church bell. Yeah, you'd never be late for service. That's for damn sure. Anyway, so we've got them going. We can send them out on patrol too. In fact, why don't we outfit them really quick? Then we'll send them out on patrol, and then we'll torture some prisoners. Need those. All right, I don't really need my weapon out. Thank you. Okay, servant, take... Did I miss? Oh, yes. You take that, Sparhawk. What are you carrying? Oh, whoops. So yeah, when you give your servant something to carry, it shows a little bag above their head that means they've got stuff. When they come back, the stuff will be in their inventory. So you don't even have to screw around with it. All right, so Valerian and Sparhawk are both outfitted. We're going to jump on our castle throne. We're going to send them to the same spot. Now, do we want to send them to the cathedral? Absolutely. Why not send a paladin and a cleric to destroy a church? The irony is not lost on me. Sparhawk, select. Valerian, select. Now, it says that their success chance is low and their chance of injury is 20%. I'm going to let this one happen, and if anything comes out of this, then I will let you guys know in a future episode. However, there's a really good potential that we're going to finish the series before these before these guys get back. So I do apologize if that's the case, but we can always do an update episode later if you guys are really interested. Again, let me know in the comments below. So we are good there. Now, what does a tyrant do with his spare time when he's got nothing to kill, at least for this episode? Oh, that's right. Let's torture a priest. So, if you have a character like this Lightweaver here, I didn't realize I could walk through the bars. And I'm using my gaseous form. There you go. Walking through the bar. Man, she's scary. She's like the grudge girl and... yeah, she's kind of creepy looking. Maybe it's the spell. Maybe there's like residual spell energy all over, because she's like got like black tentacles pulsing all over. That's weird. Anyway, so you have this Lightweaver. We're going to go in here. Her misery is currently 0%. We're going to extract some blood. Her misery is now 4%. With a rainbow trout, which you can fish these fish out of any fishing spot at random. Also, you can find them in villages and barrels, and especially in the cupboards near kitchens. In any house, especially in farmhouses. That's actually where I found all of these. So, feed the prisoner rainbow trout, and their misery will drop back to, in this case, 0, because the rainbow trout's worth 5 to 10%. She only had 4%. So we could extract more blood essence from her. But I'm actually going to feed this one up because I'm debating just keeping this scholar as a servant, because their blood percentage, their quality is a little low, and that doesn't ultimately affect a servant in the long run, but it does affect food, livestock like this. Then we're going to go into here. Now, the optimal way, sorry, before we go and, torture the priest to death, the optimal way to do this setup is to get a servant, just one, do the castle throne, send the servant out. While you've got the servant, capture as many prisoners as you can of varying blood qualities and varying types. So like this is a scholar and so is this, but the one that we had in here that we turned into a servant was a brute. You can have 5 of the 6 blood types in prison cells at all times. If their blood quality is high, keep them as a prisoner. If it's low, make them a servant. Once you've gotten really high level catches out in the world, like 95%, 100% blood qualities, bring them back, turn them into cattle first. Then take one of your cattle, like we did with the other one, charm it again, and make it a servant, because you're just being efficient that way. Otherwise, you're running out to get crappy servants to just get better livestock, and you can do it however you want, but the fastest way to do it is make them a prisoner, drain their life, take what you need from them, keep them healed up, and then as you get better ones, take the crappy prisoners, turn them into good servants, and put the good prisoners away so that you have access to all 5 blood types. Now, if memory serves, the blood types that you have access to are warrior, brute, thief, scholar, worker. Those are the 5 that you can put in prison cells. Creature is the last blood type, and you cannot do anything about that at present to keep that on hand. So if you find a 100% creature and that's your preferred blood type, like it is mine, jump on that. I'm sorry about the pun. But yeah, so this is actually going to be kind of a short episode today. I just wanted to go over the basics. I wanted to make sure that I got the names of these servants right. So we have Alexander. That was just the name that he came with. We can rename him too if you'd like. Let me know in the comments below. But we have Knight Godefroy Lazelle from recommended by Darth Vegeta. Then we have Sparhawk the Paladin. I like the name. If you like the name or know of where it comes from, let me know in the comments below. And it's up for debate. If you guys want to change it, we can. But then we also have Valerian the Cleric, courtesy of Richard. Thank you very much for the suggestion. Shout out to you. And yeah, that's pretty much the extent of it. I look forward to the rest of our adventures as we hunt down the remaining B-Bloods. So, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, all those fun things. Leave me a comment on anything else you might want to see. Join me on Twitter and Discord. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it does show support for the channel. If you want to support me in a more direct manner, join me over on patreon.com/control-alt-silent. But, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.